It's Freeway Friday with the real Freeway Ricky Ross. Street Elite Radio, where we keep it all the way 1,000. We got him on the line. What that do? How you doing? I'm good. Thanks for calling in. I got my host with me, Classic, and DJ Ray on the 1-2.
What go down?
What's up, y'all?
What's up with it?
Good, Rick.
Working hard, man, trying to get with the hard, not getting recorded. But at the end, you know, movies, documentaries, you know, it's how you grind it, man, trying to stay free, you know, they don't want us free out here on these streets.
Oh, I feel that, man. It's good to see somebody like you freeing out on the streets, man. That give me a lot of motivation to keep going and to know that there is hope. You know, however they try to do it, we can always come back and bounce back from it. So you are definitely somebody I look up to as somebody who took their life, turned it around, and making something positive out of it. So big ups to you.
Much love.
You breaking up a little bit.
I'm working out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Most definitely. I know they try to, you know, keep us in those same patterns and locked up, whether you're free or behind them walls. So I definitely understand that.
Yeah, that's true. So, you know, I'm just out here, man, trying to you know, set a path, you know, so that the young people will have somebody they can say, man, he did it, I can do it as well.
That's awesome.
Well, one of the things we want to know about first, tell the people like where you grew up at and where you from, you know, and how it was growing up in the area you grew up in.
I grew up in South Central Texas. You know, that's like the heart of LA, you know, right in the middle. And it was cool, you know what I'm saying? I was a youngster when the game first started. I remember when the Crips and the Blood first started. You know, I stayed away for a while, and but eventually I became, when the cocaine game popped up, you know, I started selling drugs.
Right.
And, you know, well, it's become pretty powerful. You know, I started with $125 in my career. You know, I was making $1 million every day, and sometimes $2.3 million a day. Eventually got arrested, man, went to prison, got a life sentence. But was fortunate enough to get that life sentence overturned. And, you know, now I'm out on the street, and, you know, just trying to make a difference in people's lives, man. And I'm doing it too, you know. I was, yesterday I had one of my guys that I've been working with. He got signed with the New York Jets yesterday, so.
Oh, okay.
You know, motivate quick for me, man. Shout out to my boy Cliff Harris, you know, he gonna be with the Jets next week. So, you know, just trying to make a difference in as many people's lives as I can.
Oh, okay. Well, that's definitely what's up. Shout out to him, man, and hopefully he has a lot of success out there in the professional world. You know what I'm saying? I had a quick question I wanted to know. Like, being, you know, we have a different administration now than we did back then, but being active in the game during that administration and knowing, like, okay, it's one Freeway Ricky Ross, but at the time, it was probably hundreds and hundreds of people just like yourself being manipulated, you know what I'm saying, by the drug game as well as the government, you know what I'm saying? What differences do you see now in this administration that you didn't see back then, and do you feel like, you know, we have the war on drugs, do you feel like it's a big joke, or is it just big business?
Well, I think right now it's first it was here. I think for young people, I really feel sorry for them because right now drugs are more openly glorified.
Right.
You know, when I was coming up, it was glorified a little, but it was only like a couple movies, you know, like Super
Right.
These guys are rapping about how much drug they sold, and they took that drug money and parlayed it into a record career. And what that does is that makes our kids think that it's okay to sell drugs. It's okay to get in the game, make you some money, and get out, and you're going to be sick with the President of the United States. And I had bought into that same philosophy when I was coming up, but it wasn't as blatant as it is right now, you know. And then you look at these guys, and a lot of these guys never even sold drugs.
Right.
So to send out a false hope to somebody who really doesn't have hope, I think it's really cruel.
Well, definitely. I see the picture, you know what I'm saying, and definitely know what's going on. I really feel like because all the rappers and stuff out here, because you know you got the guys like, you know, we ain't gonna speak of his name, but people that try to take other people's names and use it and don't really be as gangster as they so cracked up to be. And you got millions and millions of people. You got millions and millions of people that look up to him, right? That look up to him, and then you know they get to retracting stuff in public and have people after them, canceling shows and accepting death threats, but they supposed to be the boss, you know. And me personally, me being from the street, I know both sides of the fence. I know the people that's really out there doing it, that don't even care to rap, that's getting money, and then I know the people that look up to the people that's rapping and not built for what the street has involved for them, but they want to rap about all this violence and stuff like that, because just put it blatantly, that's what the media told us what was hot. If the media didn't tell us that, you know, shooting, guns, and drugs was hot, we didn't have all these movies and stuff to look at, because like you said, it's worse now than it was then. They should have been throttling, you know, the DVDs coming out, pouring on the streets, and throttling all this stuff that had our eyes virtually just glued to the tube on how much dope and money was being sold and all this good stuff. What else did they leave the youth up to look to? You know what I'm saying? Like there wasn't nothing else for the youth to look up to, and it's way worse because all these little kids out here trying to be gangsters got skinny jeans on and tight shirts, not even built for what's out there for them. It's way worse. But I appreciate.
And they're not telling. And these guys are not telling the true story. I mean, if they were telling a true story, you know, then it would be different. Because the true story is that, hey, you're gonna go to the penitentiary, you're gonna do a lot of time. You're not gonna be able to walk around here and flaunt your wealth if you got your money from selling drugs. That's not the way it works. When you sell drugs, you have to hide your wealth, because when the government find out you have money, that's when they're gonna come in and want to take it.
Right. Exactly.
And you know, that was one of the reasons that I was really high on C. Carter, because, you know, she's not rapping about how much drugs she sold. You know, she's rapping about her life, what she went through as an individual. And I think that everybody, like, why are we going to single out, you know, one or two people to say that this is the life that you should live, you know? I mean, there's so many different ways that a person could live their life other than they want to be like, you know, somebody else, per se.
Definitely. We definitely want to shed some light on her, too, during the interview, because that's a good look. You know, she on a positive note and got a message to get across to the people. We like to hear that up here at Street Elite Radio. But, so can you explain to us how you made the transition, like after you was released from jail, how you made the transition into the music industry?
Well, basically what I did when I was in prison, once I told that I was going to get my life sentence overturned, I started to study. You know, I know that I never worked a job, and I knew that it was going to be hard for me. So what I did is I started to prepare myself for when I got out here, not knowing that I was getting out of the country and so many stuff that I ain't never did. It's like a depression out here right now.
For sure.
And they said unemployment is 17%. I think that's probably more like 30%. Because it's like everybody I know is doing bad. But, you know, I prepared myself. You know, when I was in jail, I read, I studied. Matter of not as smart as I was. So telling me, turn the lights down, the business shower on, you know, I got too many pair of underwear, too many shoes. You know, so I knew I didn't want nobody really telling me what to do. But I had to get out here and create my own sense of income. I took my time and I studied, you know. I believe that that's really helped me in what I'm doing right now today.
That's wonderful, man, and I'm glad you got that kicked off. What's the name of your label again?
Freeway Music Group. I also got a couple websites too. We got Freeway Mixtapes, and we got Freeway Social Media. It's having some work on it right now. And this site is gonna totally change the music industry, I believe. I mean, from even from the majors. I already built this site because these major record labels, they took my name and they've been making money off of it, and they haven't paid me. This website is gonna be my way of sticking my finger in their eye. You know what? Y'all did me wrong. So now I'm gonna do y'all wrong. You're not gonna be able to mix slave out these artists no more. These artists gonna be able to do their own thing, gonna be able to sell their own music, keep all their money, and they're not going to give it any of it.
I like that idea. I like that a whole lot. So what in turn actually ended up happening? We know you had the lawsuit going on with your name or whatnot. What actually ended up happening or coming of that?
When we go to court next month against Warner Brothers. What we're trying to do is we're trying to take Warner Brothers down first. I had to do a appeal on Universal. We've been working on the appeal. The appeal will be filed in the next couple of weeks. We'll be getting our final appeal draft in. We think that the judge ruled incorrectly when she let Universal off and William Roberts. William Roberts, I know y'all know who William Roberts is, so I'm going to tell you he's a rapper. He stole my name. He's a rapper. He brought Officer Roberts, what his real name is. She threw him out of the case and Universal, but we know that she did it wrong. So we're going to appeal her decision in to the California Supreme Court. So that's where we at right now with that.
Well, good luck with that,
right
for
now,
real.
you know,